What's up guys, DwkYT videos. If you're new to my channel, I make military content, put it on the internet for you to enjoy. If you want my social media links, oh, come here, will be in the description down below where you can see this little guy, this Bubba. Where are the drugs? Where are you? Up, frisk him, where are the drugs? Where are the drugs? But yeah, I've been slacking on uploading for like a week now. I said I was gonna upload every day of the new year, and here we are, not staying true to our New Year's commitments. However, I'm walking my dog, I brought my camera, and I thought to myself, this would probably be a funny story. So I'm gonna tell you guys the story of how some E3 barged into my rack, claiming that I stole his blouse, the uniform you wear, ripped his name tapes off, and then hung it outside my rack as my new uniform. So to give you guys some little hindsight in the story, right? I deployed in 2019 on a MEU, which is where a bunch of Marines go onto a ship and we work hand in hand with the Navy. We deploy off the ship. It's like a readiness force, right? Like the world's 911 force. So if something happens, we're already in the ocean, we can launch to deploy off that platform. If you don't follow my channel, I'm in the Navy, but I'm stationed with the Marines because I'm an FMF corpsman, so we get like placed in Marine units, but we're still Navy. Basically medics. When you are sleeping on a ship, you have tight columns, and I mean like I can touch both ends of the racks like this, and there are 6 racks, so 3 and 3, just stacked high. You maybe have like this much room when you lay down your rack, and I was bottom rack on the right side, so every night when I had to get into bed, I had to get on my hands and knees and kind of roll in like that. It's like any other night. I got to do sick call in the morning, so I'm going to bed. It's like, I don't know, 10-ish. I get to sleep for 2 hours, and all of a sudden I'm abruptly woken up by some pissed off, bald, 18-year-old E3, who, mind you, is under the presumption, well actually he was right, everyone in that column was all Navy cats, and he thought they were like blue side Navy cats, which they were, except for me. I got like put in, it's weird, it was like a combined barracks, but he thought he'd go, you know, big dog some dudes because they're Navy, disregarding the rank. He's just an E3, and he's trying to yell down some like E5, E6s. We're all E5 or above in that column. So he busts open the racks. It's late at night, and he's yelling, "Who took my effing blouse? Who took my effing blouse? Come out of here right now! Come out of here right now!" Just yelling. Mind you, we are all sleeping, dude. We have like actual jobs in the morning, and this kid is losing his mind. He looks like he's on the verge of crying, and he's shaking. Apparently, he was hanging his blouse outside his rack, and someone took it, ripped his name tape off, and then fucking dropped his name tape outside his rack, went to like my side of the compartment. Mind you, we're on a big ship, it's an LHD, and hung it on a rack or something. Or I think he threw it, whatever. The dude who was messing with the stuff threw it over there. Someone saw it and just hung it on my rack, because I'm the only like green side guy on that Navy side compartment, because all of them were like blue side sailors, right? So green side corpsmen wear the Marine Corps uniform. So they hang it outside my rack. He goes in our racks, "Who took my effing uniform? Who took my effing uniform?" I open up my little curtain and I go, "Yo man, you need to chill the fuck out." And he goes, "Yeah, you thought I wouldn't find it, huh? You thought I wouldn't find it." And it's like, yeah, dumbass, I stole your thing, then hung it outside my own rack. Like, oh, he's not gonna see this. Now, mind you, this is one of the least intimidating kids I've ever seen in my life. Now, I'm not saying I'm the biggest, baddest dude on the planet, but if you guys follow my channel, you see me slam around some dudes that are like 200 plus pounds on the mat, right? Marine Corps martial art black belts, which isn't like, I'm not giving any credit to the martial arts itself, but not a weak guy. The guys I sleep with are much bigger than me. Like, we're talking about 230-pound bodybuilders, dudes that are like ripped out of their mind, and are multiple ranks above this kid. So this kid's barking down his throat thinking he's like a big dog, when anyone in this aisle would have curb stomped him, like easily. Get back arguing back and forth. Dudes in my like column are arguing at them. He's like freaking out. Eventually one of those dudes said, "Hey man, no one would fit in that tiny ass blouse." Basically, this dude that's trying to talk down, mean dog everyone, this dude just totally shatters his ego, saying no one's gonna fit in that little baby ass blouse, essentially. I don't know if that's the exact words he used, but he went along the lines of like, even if you were soaking wet, you weigh like 100 pounds. This kid loses it, said he's gonna get his staff sergeant, which is an E6, which doesn't make sense because we had E6s in our column, so that doesn't really hold any weight. He leaves. We're like, what the fuck was that, right? I'm paranoid that he's gonna try to fuck with my things, thinking I was the guy that did that to his stuff. I take my stuff off the outside of my rack. I shove it inside my rack. Sorry, I thought some dudes were like coming over here. I take the stuff outside my rack and I shove it inside my rack. Now, an hour goes by. He goes to some compartment otherwhere on a different deck of the ship, wakes up his staff sergeant. His staff sergeant then opens our curtain. Hey, who took his stuff? Who took his stuff? We open the curtain. We didn't touch anything. Why would, I don't know how the common sense isn't coming to these guys, but why would we take a blouse that wouldn't fit us at all, it's made for a baby, rip the name tapes off and hang it right outside our rack? Like, look at me. That staff sergeant doesn't take our word for it, immediately trusts his E3, which blows my mind, the amount of inter-service disrespect, because if it was a Marine on Marine, there's no way they would have ran up to a staff sergeant and been like, hey, who took his blouse? Immediately, you should have been grilling that E3 for coming at a bunch of NCOs, yelling down our throat and cursing. But whatever, I'm not gonna get into the respect on different branches, whatever. So he says he's gonna tell the master sergeant in the morning. The next hour was just the dudes in the racks next to me roasting this kid. And I couldn't even sleep because all I was doing was picturing a little chihuahua, right? Little dog, little chihuahua, come up here barking, go back, get a corgi. Corgi coming over and barking. And just literally everyone unfaced in our racks. And of course, nothing came out of it. There's no big commotion. I immediately, you know, told my chain in the morning, I was like, hey, just so you know, some Marines are under the assumption that I took their blouse, ripped their name tapes off, and then hung it outside my rack as a victory trophy. But yeah, probably got up to the master sergeant's level and was like, why would a bunch of Navy cats wear a Lance Corporal's uniform that's 110 pounds? Probably just immediately kicked into the gutter for even bringing that up to an E8's level. So, but yeah, never in my life have I seen a technically grown man, he's probably like 18 or 19, try to act alpha male, and then when he was immediately shut down, turn into like a 4th grade snitch when, you know, like, miss, you forgot to collect our homework, runs and grabs his staff sergeant to then come and try to grill us again without even asking us about the situation, for it to ultimately be washed because it had absolutely nothing to do with us. But stupid shit like that's gonna happen all throughout deployment. That was just one of the stories. If you guys want to hear more stories about deployment, I have literally tons. And peace, guys.